Hello, my name is Pat Stockwell. I'm 80 this year, and through my life God has just been absolutely amazing. 12 months ago I had major surgery, and I went up to heaven 7 times. It's beautiful. The colours up in heaven are just beautiful. But St. Peter said, no, go back, you have more work to do. So I am still here. The experience of dying was very uplifting because you got so close to God. And I have been very close to God for a lot of time. I came to New Zealand when I was 17, and God opened all the doors for me and my family. I got an amazing job with the government and the health department. Pharmaceutical division just started. And there were 4 girls that started this office, and there was just 2 of us left. And it closed in '62, and we were the ones still there when our offices closed, which was devastating, because it was an amazing job. I've been so blessed by God. I think that sometimes you say, oh, life gives you a left-hand kick, but it brings you back to your senses, because you get carried away. You think you're all with it, and you forget God. But when you suddenly get a kick, which I got in '82 with a massive stroke, and that was an experience, and everybody that was at my bedside said they could see and feel Jesus' warmth, which was what got me through, because it kept saying to me, Jesus is with you, Jesus is with you. And it was a bleed on the right-hand side. The whole right-hand side of the brain is dead. Well, they put me into the rehab ward, and they couldn't believe how I could do everything. I should have been paralyzed and bedridden, but there Jesus was. They called me the miracle lady. They sent me down to Middlemore, which was interesting because of all the people with strokes with their disabilities, and I had none, except I've lost my peripheral vision, so I can't drive, which is probably the best thing for Whangarei, because I wasn't a good driver. And we came up to Whangarei from Auckland, and we were blessed by God, by this beautiful house. In 1982, the carpet was pulled from under us, Ken and me, my darling husband. We went into something called Blue Chip. And we thought it was like everybody else, was going to be a good thing for retirement. You're going to get a little extra money for your pension. And Ken's brother lives in America, bless him, and his wife, they were just wonderful. We looked after Ken's father for a long time till he passed away. And Ken's brother felt guilty, so he persuaded Ken and me to go to America. And they gave us the most wonderful holiday. Again, God's blessing. Never thought we could get to America. The day we stepped on the plane to go to America, Blue Chip went under. And for me and my husband, we had to stay in America for 3 months, not knowing whether we were coming back to our house or not. Well, in the end, when we arrived back in New Zealand and we stood on our front door step, I said to my husband, Ken, our house belongs to God. It always has done. It never was ours. And God has honoured that. Sure, it's got a lien on it because of blue chip. But it hasn't cost me anything. Except health-wise. And for my husband, of course, he couldn't take it. And his cancer flared up. And the worry, here we are in old age and this bombshell. He just worried himself sick. Well, eventually the cancer got him and he passed away. But here I am in this beautiful house, in a beautiful city, with a beautiful view. And that poem, Footsteps, well, all the way I've had a set of footsteps with me. I couldn't come into the house after Ken died. It was so hard. My daughter persuaded me to get 2 little dogs. And God has given me these 2 little dogs, and they're my life. They get me walking, they get me out, and people talk to you when you have dogs. And then I had a stroke. Ken died. And here I am by myself. But you know, God works miracles. When I had to go for major surgery last year, my biggest concern was the little girls. And lo and behold, right across the road, I had only spoken to Jill once in the 20 years I'd been here. And I landed up in hospital, and I said to my daughters, what's going to happen to my puppies? Don't give them to the SPCA, please don't give them. And they said the lady across the road has come and taken them and is looking after them. Mercy of God, just working miracles. Then another friend up the road who is here with me, he has a beautiful little dog. And through the dogs, we have developed a friendship of growing in God. Ray has amazing, amazing knowledge of the Bible. Being brought up a Catholic, I knew very little of the Bible, but I knew God, and I knew Jesus. And Jesus is there. Jesus is there. How God works, we can't fathom. But you know He's working for you. You just go out and there are the beautiful flowers. Perfect. They're beautiful people around you. He just is amazing what He does. I just can't say enough that my faith in God has got me this far.